In this video, I'll be talking about how to set the height and width of a particular element. In the next video, I'll be talking about how to set a max width and what exactly is a max width. Now, height and width are really easy to understand, but the next one, the max width property, is a lot trickier. So in the next video, please pay extra attention. So how do you set the height and width of a particular element? Well, surprise, surprise, you use the height and width property. Wow, that was hard to figure out. So you can set the height and width of an element in pixels and percentages, or you can set it to auto. You'll learn more about percentages when you get to responsive web design, but in short, you can make an element's width or an element's height to be a percentage of a parent's height or width, although generally you do this with width and not height. For example, let's say I have an element and its width is 800. Let's say this element has a child element of, and I set this child element's width to 50%. So this child's element, its width will be 400 pixels. Okay, the parent is 800 pixels wide, so because it's 50%, it will be 400 pixels wide. But if I take the parent element and I shrink this parent element to 600 pixels, the child's element, its width will be 300 pixels, since 50% of 600 pixels. Let me show you an actual example so it's easier for you to understand. So I'm going to create a divider and give it an ID of first. So let's set the height of first to 200 pixels. Let's set the width to 50%, not 50 pixels, 50%. And let's set its background color to blue. And inside, let's add text. Let's just call it percentage. Okay. And under this divider, let's add another divider. And we'll give this other divider an ID of second. So let's set the CSS properties for second. Let's give it a height of 200 pixels. Let's give it a width of 500 pixels. And let's set its background color to red. Let's give it some text inside of let's write pixels inside. So let me show you how this would look in our browser. So the first divider has a width of half the browser size. The second divider has a width of 500. So let me show you what happens if I shrink the browser. Notice how the second one stays the same size. Notice? While the first one shrinks as the browser shrinks. See, that's what percentages does. Its parent, the first one, the parent is the browser size itself. So always be half of that. Where the pixel one, it stays the same. It's fixed at 500 pixels. Anyways, that about finishes this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, and I'll see you next time.